Well, hey, welcome back to Kings Road Young Lions. My name is Saucey. I'm the DM for tonight. And tonight is the best day of the week because tonight is the night that we play D&D. I'm here with the Young Lions. They are Rosa, Gator, Bronson, Solomon, and Zinthral. Say hello, Young Lions.
Hello, Young Lions.
All right. We took a little hiatus here, but we're back in the saddle and we're ready to pick up the campaign right where we left off. So just a refresher, where we last were in the campaign, we were in the city of Ironvale. And the party, well, two of the party had just went through a badge test in an underground fight club where the gym leader, who goes by the name of Tiger, got everybody drunk and then made them just beat the snot out of each other. So who knows what really happened down there in a drunken stupor? You know, details are fuzzy at best, but everybody who went down came back up with a badge. So success, right?
Yeah, we did.
But it wasn't all good news, because on the way back to the Risky Rabbit for a long rest, the party was approached by a disheveled-looking Mr. Ambrose. That is the master of the Risky Rabbit brothel in Ironvale. And Ambrose had just gone through quite a predicament where Solomon had suggested that he go for a walk for 8 hours in a direction until he saw another ocean. And by the looks of him, he nearly died in the process. So he is back and informed the party that somebody needs to have a word with them. And waiting inside the office of Ambrose of the Risky Rabbit is a familiar face, which you can see on your screen here, the lovely, enchanting, and somewhat intimidating mistress and proprietor of the Risky Rabbit organization. She goes by the name of Mistress Wolf, and she has a bone to pick with the party. So what do you say, party? Did that pretty much sum it up?
Yep.
One addition, that Solomon hasn't been Solomon in a few days, and is not actually with the party in this meeting.
Oh yeah.
Where is Solomon at this point?
MIA.
Yeah, I think I was
We
just
got
like...
this weird other guy with us now.
It's like
well,
the alternate
it's about
persona
time.
is what, Cousin Tony or something like that?
Cousin something. I'm
Cousin
some
Roman.
crazy cousin.
Roman.
Cousin Roman. I'm Cousin Roman, and I think I'm just I've posted up in a private space somewhere so I can actually fix my Solomon disguise, because
I think we
that
lost
persona
Cousin
back
Roman.
on.
Oh, there he is. So Cousin Roman's
sorry.
playing it fast and loose right now and has decided that the four of you can handle this on your own. Snuggle
I'm
Cup
sitting in a corner fixing my Solomon disguise.
got you. And Snuggle Cup is with you as well, is that right?
Probably.
Yeah, so the party's pet lion, Snuggle Cup, also going to stick close to Solomon, or Cousin Roman, because you've spent quite a bit of time recently feeding the cat treats and teaching him various tricks, which were, what were they? Come, fetch, sit, attack, disembowel. I forget.
Magic missile.
Roll over.
Yeah. Come, stay, sit, attack. I think I got fetch too.
Yep, fetch
Yeah.
is on there.
Okay. So here we are. The party is seated in the head office of the Risky Rabbit, a place that you've grown comfortable with, some of you more than others. It is decorated in crushed velvet and silk everywhere, with mirrors on the ceiling, glass bead curtains everywhere you look, and it's... There are surfaces that look like they're probably sticky, but you would not even test this. You don't want to find out for sure. So, sitting in the center of the room is a circular-shaped bed, which is covered in pillows and a crushed red velvet to match the hair of the woman who is comfortably sitting on that bed, it is Mistress Wolf. She's a fierce woman who you've met before. She sponsored the party back at Lucha Lucha Town after your grand entrance into the public spotlight. She's still sitting down with a stern expression. She's accompanied by Ambrose, who stands behind her with a disheveled-looking mustache. He looks weary and beaten and broken, and Mistress Wolf looks a little pissed off, if we're being honest. She glares at each one of you, making eye contact before moving to the next. She twists a ring around her right ring finger, and as she speaks to you, glaring, well, look what the cat dragged in. We need to talk. I've heard some very troubling things about how you've been treating my friend, Francois Ambrosia. She turns and looks at Ambrose, and he blushes for a moment, having his real name revealed. She looks at him again and says, Francis, would you care to repeat the story you've only just told me? So Ambrose takes a deep breath, arms folded across his heaving bosom.
God damn.
And he definitely appears to be injured in emotionally, right? He begins to speak to you. It's hard to even talk about. He pauses and looks at the party. You used magic to control my mind and made me walk away from town. I couldn't stop walking until my feet bled. And I couldn't understand what was happening until it was too late. I feel violated, like I was forced into a dangerous situation while under the influence. So he waits for a response from the party. However, you don't respond. You just exchange guilty glances with him.
Well,
Some of
what
you
was
were...
he wearing?
What's that?
I mean, what was he wearing? I mean, was he asking for it, or?
No!
No, he was not.
Bronson.
He was.
What's worse is I was going to make that joke first.
He was wearing.
I backhanded both of them.
He was not wearing his hiking boots. He was not wearing his adventuring gear. He had packed no rations, no grappling hooks, no healing potions. It's, I mean, to be honest, it's a little surprising he returned it all.
This dude is getting that upset over a long walk.
A 16-hour walk? Yeah, come on.
Would it make him feel any better if I took my shirt off and started voguing?
Well, I think it would make everybody feel better, to be honest.
All right, I'm ready to do it.
All right, so I look at Mistress Wolf and I say, all right, well, I mean, do we have a major problem here, or is this something that can, be bypassed with an apology and a handshake, or
So Ambrose interrupts. He says, "I wasn't done yet. I was nice to you. I was nice to each of you. I try to be nice to everyone. That's just part of the Risky Rabbit brand. But I was really nice to you guys, especially you, Zinthral."
Listen, yes, that's like you were nice to me, but listen, I don't know what happened here, but you weren't exactly nice. You were a bit creepy. Like I gotta speak for everyone here that you're kind of creepy. Like I like you.
He says, Don't lie. We shared moments that I won't soon forget." His eyes start to get glossy at this point, and his mustache quivers a little bit.
Gator butts in. Gator butts in. Gator butts in.
You do not. I'm not done. Listen.
No. Hand comes up and says, "I have not once seen anybody check a single ID since we have entered this establishment."
Wait, that's true. That's true. That's also true. You're a bit weird with that.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You might wanna.
Are we not going to take responsibility for our freaking actions here?
I don't think we're
think that's the
aware
point.
of the
I
action.
didn't do anything.
Hey, I'm getting lumped in with you guys too. Hey, can I give Ambrose a hug
Oh,
if he allows it?
yeah, totally. Yes,
There.
and he willingly accepts the hug, and you can't tell if he's crying, but he's definitely got a runny nose. He's definitely got the sniffles, right? And lightly in a voice that Rosa can hear clearly, but the rest of you may or may not be able to hear. He says, "I was even planning on throwing you all a party after you won your badges, but now I just feel betrayed."
Listen. The
And
party can still
rightfully
like
so.
be a thing. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't even here for like what even happened. I was off resting after
Yeah, what even happened, man? Like, you just said you took a walk. What do you mean?
Magic.
Okay,
You
but who
used
cast
magic on
you?
me.
Who is you?
Your friend who is behind one of you. He's the little guy.
There's two little people here.
No,
And one of
there's
them isn't even them.
no. There was. Are you sure he's not like standing behind one of you? The little guy. You're hiding him.
I just like stand to the side and be like, you gotta be more specific than that. This is I mean, like, this obviously something has happened to you, but I'm not just gonna take it on the chin in terms of responsibility for whatever happened.
The bard.
Which sounds like a brisk walk.
Technically, it's not a lie if you say that Solomon doesn't exist.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, even in the slightest. It's like I was just resting after you were like all creepy in the corner, just like humping a pillow, thinking it was me or something. Did you take substances that night? I can't tell.
And I'm pretty sure that you're cool with like a murderer being your chef.
Wait, do we know that?
Yeah, we got told that.
Oh, okay.
Who told you that?
Solomon.
I did.
See, now
I
you
grappled
know.
These.
What do you mean no?
Oh, yeah.
So let me tell you about this brisk walk of 16 hours. So something came over me that made me just want to abandon the risky rabbit and walk until I saw another ocean.
Lots of people want a career change, man. Like, this is I still don't see how this is my problem.
Did you have an epiphany?
Yes, about 8 hours in, I decided that this was a terrible idea and couldn't make sense of why I would do such a thing. At that point, I had been attacked by wild animals. I had been robbed. I had been possibly assaulted. My clothes were ruined. My favorite shoes. My beautiful hair. I barely survived. The terrain is not accommodating here. It is rocky. It is dry. It is hot. I should have died. It's reasons like this that I have a hard time creating emotional bonds with people outside of physical intimacy. It's why I sabotage all my relationships. And in this moment, my body's worn down, but it's my heart that's broken. I'm not even mad anymore. I'm just disappointed in you guys.
I don't want to be lectured by the neighborhood pervert. I'm sorry.
Well, he gasps at that and clutches his pearls. And
Look, I know that this is a house of ill repute, and like, normally I don't judge, but like, he was laying it on thick, and I'm pretty sure he was trying to actually lay it on Zinth. So I mean, like, it was just the vibe was creepy. I'm sure whatever he said, like, should our our former colleague have done that? Probably not, but I'm pretty sure that you probably did something.
Oh my God! Did you touch Solomon?
I mean, like, I don't know, but either way, like, this. No offense, buddy, but this is a. I don't know. I just. What do we need to do here, Mistress Wolf?
Okay, so she comes to the defense of her employee and longtime friend.
Long time.
And she is confident in her words as she's been staring down and just witnessing this interaction between you and Ambrose. And she says, this whole situation is unacceptable from one of our sponsorees. And as part of our deal, we gave you shelter, we gave you food, we gave you companionship. We gave you keys to the fastest means of travel in the kingdom. In this line of work, you learn to tolerate a lot of things, but abuse of my staff is not one that I will let go unrecognized.
Can I ask a question?
You can, but she will interrupt you. So go ahead and ask the question.
All right. How do we know it's magic?
She said
that may be a legitimate question because he doesn't know how the spell works, like in character.
Yes,
we wouldn't know.
So with her hands, she makes a zip it kind of hand gesture. She says, "Save it. It's best that our partnership ends here and now. You're welcome within the walls of the Rabbit, but from now on, it will be as paying customers. Room number 6 is hereby off limits."
Can I ask one more question? I mean, a little bit more serious one.
Sure.
Can Rosa be unaffected by this?
So at this point, everybody looks at Rosa, who is like a deer in headlights. Mistress Wolf speaks to her and she says, "And Rosa, you fulfilled your duties as the team's health consultant. Your debts to the Risky Rabbit are considered settled. If you'd like to continue serving the Risky Rabbit, I'd be happy to take you with me back to Lucha Lucha Town, where your friend KRYL will be happy to receive you. It's your choice, Rosa. You can stay with this lot, or you can come with me and have a fresh start. Lucha Lucha Town is in bad shape right now. The sickness, which you may have heard about, has spread to the town, and there are fears that it's getting much worse." So at this point, she waits for Rosa to respond.
I mean, I am just completely just caught off guard and blindsided. I'm just kind of staring, like, kind of watching a little bit of my world kind of crumble a little bit.
Again.
I need time to think about this. I will speak with you soon.
Well, take your time in deciding, but not too much time. I leave tomorrow. The airship takes off at first light. If you're on it, I'll be happy to bring you with us. And as for the rest of you, consider this a lesson. Actions have consequences. I hope that when you become the target of abuse, you're surrounded with friends that will back you up as well. And before you really have any more time to respond, she's already props herself up to her feet and starts to stride out in her black heels, leaving you with mixed emotions about the situation, feeling a bit like you didn't have a chance to explain yourself, but also you're aware of what went down. And Ambrose just lingers there for a moment after you watch Mistress Wolf walk out, he gives you all another weary look as you turn your gaze to him, and then he hurriedly shuffles towards the door to leave as well.
So we're left in here alone?
Yes.
Okay, so as soon as the door closes, I'll look over at Solomon and be like, did you really make him walk?
I wasn't in here with all y'all.
Oh, okay. All right,
I
so
was
are
out in
you
a
back in our
corner of
room?
the tavern. I think right now I'm coming out of the bathroom. The Solomon outfit has been fully tailored. I got my beard freshly glued on, a freshly faced shave. I'm putting my accent back on. All right, we're Solomon Scribbles. It's time to get back into business. We got stuff to do. I walk out into the parlor. Oh, hey, Mr. Wolf, I really need to talk to you about your manager here. He is dropping the ball.
Okay. Ambrose takes one look at you, puts his fingers in his ears, and just goes to leave the building completely. And Mistress...
She's back. Honestly, it's surprising. It's been like 3 days.
Mistress Wolf does acknowledge you, and still with her arms folded and one eyebrow raised, she gives you a moment to speak your piece.
I happen to discover that this incredibly negligent buffoon that you have trying to run an upstanding business was allowing a vagrant cannibal to serve food to your customers and your employees.
Mm-hmm. Is that it?
A vagrant cannibal was turning everyone who comes into your establishment into unwilling cannibals.
Okay.
Is that something you subscribe to? You subscribe to cannibalism?
I hadn't really given it much thought. Will there be anything else?
Nope, I suppose that's it.
Well, I suggest that you have a little conversation with your friends, and they'll catch you up to speed on the situation. So be well, and I hope you've enjoyed your time with the Risky Rabbit. And then she goes to exit the door as well.
All right. Hey, where is everybody?
Can I go look for Solomon?
I guess
Sure.
we're heading back to our room to pack up.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I just want to catch him up to speed. What's happening? And just ask him. Did you really use magic? Like Bronson asked at first, or wanted to.
Yeah. I told that fool to take a walk. What? I mean, he was literally complicit in unwilling cannibalism.
Yeah, the unfortunate part is, well, he got us all kicked out. We're not banned, we can still be here as customers, but we don't get any privileges, and we're no longer sponsored by them. So, saddening, but
I'm walking out of the room.
Yeah.
Gator's taking all the complimentary soaps and deodorants that he can.
The basket with all the assorted jellies.
Just the whole continental breakfast tray itself. Nobody else gets any.
And the worst part is it left Rosa in a bit of a sticky situation. So, not sure what to do there. Well, on her end anyway. It'd be really saddening to see her go.
Well, on to the next town.
Take a minute and a beat as Rosa walks away, and I ingest this information. And I go, Holy crap! I'll be back. Hold your horses, all right? I'll be right back.
And I go chasing back after Mistress Wolf.
Okay. Okay, so you exit the building and go ahead and give a perception check.
13.
13. So you are not able to locate her based on the time of day. The markets, the Knoll Food Market is pretty busy. There's quite a bit of traffic, as well as a number of fighters which are still in town. Their entourages, town guardsmen. It's enough for her, even though she has very identifiable hair. She cannot be located.
I will search into the night.
Okay. So as Solomon continues to search for Mistress Wolf, what does the rest of the party do?
Let's pull out the map and start figuring out what we're gonna do next.
Okay.
Because Zinth and I got to start getting these badges knocked out.
Yeah.
We don't have simple transportation.
Yeah, I think I can fix this on the transportation part.
We do have the Celtigar family.
We've got a
How
couple
hard is it to
of
kick the door down, run in, and out the other side? I don't know.
I don't want to get disintegrated by magical means.
Yeah, no, we're not. Yeah, obviously, like we'll deal with that later. But yeah, we got to get to the next. We got to get to the next area, which I think we're. Let me pull up the map real quick. Maps. I believe we were going to head towards Area 4 for some extreme wrestling and finish this continent out.
So if Solomon were there, Solomon could fill you in on what to expect in that area, because Solomon, being the world traveler that he is, has been on the King's Road many times before, has seen these places. However, Solomon is currently on a side quest searching for a red-haired floozy.
Floozy.
That's an interesting word.
It's another old person word, Zinth.
Yeah, I know.
It just means thought.
I know.
Okay, so where to? Let's circle around the table here. So let's start with Rosa. In this moment, what is Rosa up to?
I am packing currently.
Okay, and how do you feel about today?
Shocked, sad, little angry, upset. I don't think I was aware that Ambrose had been sent on that long walk, right? I can't quite remember.
I don't think I mentioned that I sent him on such an excursion.
Yeah, I don't think in character any of us knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just told you all that, this idiot had a cannibal in there. Watch out for this cannibal. He's on the loose.
Yeah, he told us not to eat anything.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a chef.
But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my next move is going to be.
Okay. Well, how about let's move to Gator.
Well, Gator, like I mentioned, was definitely taking as many complimentary things as possible. That's the humorous part of what I'm doing. But he's doing it out of spite, because he hates getting lumped in and blamed and punished for something he didn't even do. And this was a big thing in the Navy too, is his friends would get in trouble and he'd get in trouble, and it's not fair and it shouldn't be that way, and that's what makes him resist the system. So this is just gonna cause him like some more distrust when somebody wants to offer like a sponsorship or something. But he's probably walking around cussing to himself, honestly. Like I don't have a big quest or anything in here other than like fill my pockets. That's really all I care about is get like fuck you, Walmart. I'm basically that's how I feel right now.
So Gator has a history of being a little bit of an anti-authority.
Authoritarian.
Yes, with Mistress Wolf being the voice of authority for the brothel, and to a lesser extent, Ambrose being the master of this location. Is Gator content with just stealing office supplies, or does his desire for revenge go beyond that?
He thinks about a whole bunch of stuff, but he knows that it's most likely just going to land him in hot water that even his spells can't get him out of. So for now, he's just going to think a bunch of mean things and say a bunch of mean things and do a bunch of like stealing that nobody can put him in trouble for.
Sure.
The kind of stuff that gets you kicked out of McDonald's for like taking all the
overindulging, in the complimentary things.
Like taking too many Chick-fil-A sauces just because they were
free
in open reach.
As many napkins as I can fit in my pocket because those are useful.
Okay, understood. Let's move to Zinthral.
That's a great question. I'm probably just, wondering what's wrong with my body and why I'm able to heal so quickly.
Okay, so you're wondering about that. Although the word "what's wrong with your body" is probably not the right word. it's more like what's right with your body.
Yeah, so I should decide to do a little test here.
Okay.
So I decided to prick my finger a little bit.
So a little bit of self-harm over the situation. Not suggested.
No, I wouldn't say self-harm. No, just a little prick.
Does anybody else see you do this?
I would hope not. I'm like in my own room.
In secret. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Go ahead. Take a hit point of damage. 1 point of piercing damage, and what are you looking for? What's the experiment?
Will it close up?
As you observe,
that when
it does not immediately close up.
Okay.
You still bleed. Your blood is still red. It still hurts.
Just trying to figure out what are the benefits of this and what are the potential downsides of what I'm experiencing.
Make me bleed my own blood.
Zinthral is about to discover clotting and platelets in this D&D world.
And quite possibly bone claws. Please let there be bone claws.
Okay, so you are making yourself bleed in the same room that everybody else is processing what's just happened this day. Bronson, you're there. Give me a perception check.
19.
19. Okay, so you see Zinthral is up to something weird. You hear a slight wince and then puts his finger in his mouth. And part of you thinks, normal. You know what, this is just Zinthral being weird again.
Yep, probably trying to make some booze out of it.
And it's just classic
That's
Zinthral.
That's a great idea.
So you're not instantly shocked or tempted to intervene. But what
Zinth over here stabbing himself and crying about it, talking about making blood wine. Blood wine.
You think for a moment that maybe he's taking this Ambrose thing a little too hard, but it's probably best. He's a little vulnerable right now. Maybe that's a conversation worth having later.
Just a little bit. Where am I getting my plat? Where am I gonna get my plat now?
That's right.
Really? Can I check my leg?
Can you check your leg?
Yeah, my broken leg. Supposed.
Yeah.
My leg.
Yeah, no, your leg is doesn't appear to be broken anymore. You've got the area where you had been cut and the bone had punctured through is healing. It's not fully healed yet, but it is healed much faster than you would have expected. So, going back to Bronson, how does Bronson feel in this moment, and what is he up to?
So I don't know. This whole town has been just a shit show. So I mean, I'm sitting at whatever the communal area is with the map spread open on it, and then trying to figure out like what the next play is in terms of trying to probably figure out what grapple mania might mean, since that seems to be where Bronson has at least decided that they're he's headed. It's like, and then I'm probably watching Rosa get her stuff together, not knowing whether or not this is going to be us gearing up to head out or us all parting ways.
Yeah, and before we cut away to Solomon, Rosa, you think back to the omen that you received when you first entered the town. You had consulted the bones, and the omen had came to you of just one word, just failure. And the ambiguity of that omen is something that has been on the top of your mind for a while. You don't know which part of this could be considered failure and which part is one door closing so that another can open. And then we cut away to Solomon. So Solomon, at this point, you are in the market, and we'll go ahead. We'll give you a map of Iron Vale. Tell us what you're up to.
I want to be even more thorough. I want to investigate the market. I want to go through. I want to interrogate people. Have you seen this woman? And move through there and gather information and track her down.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and give me an investigation check. And if you have your magic clipboard with you, I think that...
No, that's Gator's magic clipboard.
That's...
But I rolled an 18, so I got a 21.
Okay. 21 will do it. Bronson's not there. Forget that.
Bronson is always there.
So you are able to find a trail, and that information comes across inside the grapple bees, where reluctantly you talk to a gentleman who goes by multiple names. Art Vandelay, also the name Brett Hearth.
Right.
Who you don't trust by your own admission, but he says, I have seen her. And if you want to catch up with her, you had better be quick. She headed over to the Gabi lobby.
All right. I run over to the Gabi lobby.
2 birds with 1 stone. Firebomb it while you're at it.
No, that won't work. I already investigated the Gabi lobby, and they're purely at by order basis. This is just a
Oh,
store.
that's right.
This is not where anything is.
So as you're about to walk into the Gabi lobby, here comes Mistress Wolf walking out. She gives a wave to the man at the desk, and she has a package. As she's exiting, she's putting it into her backpack, and as she looks up, she does glance you. You've got her caught dead to rights. She can't avoid you at this point. It's your opportunity to have another word with her.
I run up to her and I throw myself to the ground at her feet.
Okay.
Mistress Wolf, please hear me out. Regardless of anything that I thought that I was doing to benefit others, it was in no means my place to administer any kind of anything within your business. I disrespected your business, and I disrespected you. And I did it on my own.
Roll persuasion.
I have magic underpants for.
And a demon puppet.
On banana ham.
And I'm back.
Plus 8 is another 21.
21. Okay. So
This is on me. It's not on them. They are doing the right thing, and I did something, and it was even behind their backs. If you ban anybody, if anybody needs to be taken off this road, it's me. They don't need me. It's my fault. I made a mistake.
So you appear to be saying the words that she wants to hear. However, she is holding her ground, although appears to be receptive. And she says to you, Solomon, was it?
Nope.
No?
That's not even a real person. I rip my freshly glued beard off.
Again.
Gasp!
I turn invisible and then unturn invisible. I'm a shady character. And they're gonna be heroes. If anybody needs to be taken away from them, it's me. You keep them on their road, because they're doing good.
And who may I say that I'm speaking to?
Call me Rob.
Okay. Rob, put yourself in my shoes for a moment. If you were me, and something like this happened to your employee, if something happened to one of your friends like that, they nearly died. Let's say the weakest member of your group was sent away to do something that they are not equipped to do. What would you do to the person responsible for that?
I would not be kind. And I am willing to accept the burden of whatever unkindness you have. I deserve it.
Well, you see, that's where we have a problem, Rob, is that I am kind. And I believe that an amicable separation is a kind way to do business. Our roads may cross again, but I think at this point, for
Why
the
are you
sake...
punishing everyone else? This is on me. They had nothing to do with it.
No. This isn't a case of you being punished. This is a case of me defending my staff, making sure that they know that I have their back. In this line of business, they're put in harm's way almost every day, and they need to know that they have leadership that will back them up, that will defend them, and won't tolerate.
So crucify me. No, but not them.
Cruelty is not in my purview.
How about fairness?
Sure. So what is fair?
What's fair is to not deal out extenuating circumstances to people who aren't even involved.
Okay. So what would you have me do? Be specific. You would have me continue to sponsor a party that could be a danger to the rest of my employees?
They're not. I'm the only one who would make such a choice. I'm the only one who's that dangerous. And that's why I'm showing you who I really am, so that you know that you'll be able to know that I can't sneak by you anymore. I can't sneak by Ambrose. I can't get in.
Well, Rob, I want you to understand my position at this point. If I were to go back against my word, I would lose the trust that I've built with my staff here. But I want to make
Ambrose.
Yes, and
would be willing.
It's not just Ambrose; it's the entire staff. I want to offer a compromise. You're headed towards the next town, towards your next badge. Once you're successful in obtaining that badge, come back and see me, and let's restructure our deal. So I'm not saying goodbye forever. We're taking a break from the sponsorship. How would that be amicable to you?
They don't deserve that.
Maybe they don't. But at this point, I can't go back on my word. Promises have been made. Surely you can understand that.
Well, what promise to who? Let me talk to him.
Well, we're chasing our tail here, but the promises have been made to Ambrose and to the ladies of the Risky Rabbit. Not only that, a promise has been made to one of your own, Rosa, who owed a debt to the Risky Rabbit, and that debt has been absolved. There's no way to put the genie back in the bottle.
Fine, I walk away.
Okay. Just leaves.
So just okay. Then where does Solomon go from here?
I go back to find everybody else. I hope I can gather everybody in one place.
So still at the Risky Rabbit, packing up things and mulling over the options. There you are with the rest of the party. You are reunited with Solomon. What do you have to say to each other?
Where are we headed next, boss?
Well, since Bronson's had the map out, I've just been looking over his shoulder, vaguely pointing, looking like I'm helping.
It's upside down, so you like turn it right side up for me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah.
What is it?
Sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. This is on me. I stepped out of line. Apparently, this Mistress Wolf has convictions about loyalty to jackasses to the point where she will completely cut loose an entire nation, I suppose. But,
well, I mean, like, now that we're able to, like, piece everything together, it's like, I understand where she's coming from. You know, she can't have a show of disrespect like that go unpunished and maintain her grip on her enterprise. So
and I just offered to take the whole fall. I literally groveled at her feet.
How'd that go?
She shooed me away.
Yeah. It's just
And
it's a
I
bridge too far right
begged
now.
for all of you. I said I would leave. I said that you could do it without me, that you deserve to keep going, and that you didn't deserve to be punished for my actions.
Yeah, we're all psychopaths here, except for her.
What's that kind of thing have I done?
I mean, stealing people's hats, necklaces, punched them in the face. We're all.
You fought me.
I haven't been with you the whole time. You go off on these gym challenges. I don't know what goes down.
I mean, like,
one.
what has changed? Again, like, this is another situation where, you know, like, Bronson is still trying to keep his eyes on the end goal here. It's like, okay, so the Young Lions have lost a sponsor. Doesn't sound like we've made an enemy necessarily. We've just lost easy transportation to you know, around the world, which sucks. But at the same time is not a world ender and means that we now just have to double our resolve to go finish this out.
Well, we have one, you know, gigantic elephant in the room that you are forgetting to mention. What does Rosa do?
Rosa, I'm sorry. To you in particular. I didn't mean to ruin all this.
That's really awesome of you to try and speak with Mistress Wolf and take the blame. I'm still at a bit of a loss of words at the situation. But if anybody wants to come to the airship in the morning, first light, feel free. If not, I'll see you soon.
I just kind of nod.
So you
Bronson.
You leave.
Bronson, there's an airship. We should hijack it.
Nope.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
No, you're not doing that. That's the kind of thing that I would say that we should do.
Yeah, but we do it without spells.
Listen, guys, we don't, as much as having the fast, you know, gateway to through you know, the room 6, you know, network is, we're not stranded here. You know, I've got some folks that I can go talk to right now, and we can try and book passage. So
Yeah,
I mean,
and
again, what has
Mrs.
changed?
Wolf did offer to potentially renegotiate something after getting another badge. I want to put that on the table for you all. But Rosa, I don't want you to give up on them too, especially because of me. I'm a bad influence. I set this group down darker paths, and I say it's for the right reasons, and even if it is, it's not a good excuse. Maybe I do need to go. Or you should stay.
We're not going to get far without you. That's for sure.
The group needs you, Solomon, with your knowledge and your history. I've hampered you guys quite a bit with my sense of mercy. Yeah.
But if you go, then we have to get some other cleric that will have the same viewpoint or vaguely so, and we'll have to get used to talking to them. And I don't want to get used to talking to some new priest. I like you.
Thank you, Gator.
And possibly the first words that have been directly spoken to each other.
Maybe?
Yep, that's applaudable.
I'm
I
going to
respect your
be...
decision either way. no one has to be here out of, but against their will. If we're not all on the same page, then I mean, personal differences happen. Then not everything has to end in some massive blow up or it's a screaming match or murder. I know that's the pot calling the kettle black, but I mean, if it's your decision, we'll respect it either way, and I'll be there tomorrow.
I'm gonna go to the temple while you guys figure out what you're doing tomorrow. Maybe consult the runes a little bit.
Roll the bones.
Okay. On that note, Rosa is going to go to the temple with a few hours left in the evening. Does anybody else in the party have any business to do around town?
Yes. I need to go find the young Celts.
Okay. Well, you don't have to search far.
Yep.
They are in the lobby
Killing
of
business.
of the Risky Rabbit, killing the business, eating clementines.
Oh, good. Grady's there, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent.
That's right.
You guys still got your boat?
Yeah, we got a boat. We got the best boat. It's the fastest boat. It's an amazing boat. You want to go party on the boat?
Well, I may need to secure passage for 4 or 5 people.
Okay.
Although the difference between 4 or 5 is like knee high, so I mean, it's not that much of a cargo change.
Oh, we don't judge.
4 people.
Yeah.
And whereabouts would these 4.5, 5 people be headed to on this fantastic boat?
I mean, let me confirm it, but most likely, let's see, is there a town? What is that town's name? Oh, Solomon. Give me some quick information about Territory 4.
I was looking at the map, but I'm possibly, if I could get a reminder which territory we're in.
We're in
2.
We're in 2.
2, yeah.
2,
Okay. We were in
For some
7,
reason,
now we're in 2.
I thought we were in 7 now, and we're in, so I had that flip. Thank you.
Yep, same here. I thought that as well for a second. But yeah, now we basically need to find the ghost.
You want a quick rundown? Territory 4 is, it's like the most dangerous territory due to crime and violence, and whatnot. It's pretty bad. It's worse than here, even. Who thought it gets worse than this?
Well, at least there's like some element of organization here.
They learn styles with the mountains that they do and stuff. Honestly, it's a bunch of stuff. The clans are always brawling it out. They produce the most Iron Masters, or the second most, or something like that. And badges. That's what's most important. They're pretty rigged. Like the matches that they do are predetermined, and only once the show's bookers approve of a challenge can they take their badge and head and get back on the road.
Interesting.
Here's all this.
The process is more of winning over the locker room and convincing the bookers to give a challenger the spotlight, and the gold can be the long process that takes weeks or even months sometimes.
Well, what do you think? You think we should stay away from it, or just like lean right into trouble?
I mean,
Danger.
It'll take
Yeah.
some slick talking to make it happen on a more timely basis, which would be prudent given the time crunch.
I'm down for it.
I pull out my magical handy dandy clipboard at the talk of danger and persuasion. I slap Bronson on the shoulder with it and I say, "I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it."
Yeah. I mean, like, if I can give the Celts, some information on which port of call, then I'll relay that and say we're, ready to do it. We have one errand to attend to in the morning, and then we should be ready to go. But we can help get the boat prepared and everything like that. Gator's a former sailor, and we've all sort of had a crash course in how to defend against krakens. So
Gator starts sweating profusely. What's hot out here?
So we're going on a little pleasure cruise down to Grapplemania. Is that what you're saying? You're gonna jump on the SS Celtigar, and you're gonna go to the show, huh? This is gonna be wild. Okay, that's a pretty long trip. I don't think we've ever taken a trip like that before.
We could pick up Franco and Varro, if that's a thing too. If you guys have talked to them recently,
it's been a little while.
With the way that business is going and all the things that I've learned about the family over the past couple of weeks, I sort of want to have you guys all together. I think it's about time that we got back to where our family should be.
Are you talking about Territory 1?
Eventually, but before we talk about Territory 1, we've got to handle some other business. And I want to make sure that when I move and when I try to not make a play or anything like that, when it's time to reascend, that we are all prepared and in the best possible position to restore the family name.
Okay. Right on. We like that.
Wait a second. You mind if I ask you boys a question real quick?
No, don't mind at all.
How many challenges have all you Celtic guys technically got this year?
Well,
2 that we're aware of.
well,
and how many badges have they got?
The young Celts, they made a run a couple years ago on the King's Road. They're not competing anymore. Everybody really gets just one shot at it. They look at Grady, and Grady's just holding up 5 fingers on one hand. The young Celts don't want to reveal how many they were able to obtain, but they've all indicated that they're not on the road this year.
Yeah,
so just
Franco's the only one that's on the road currently, alongside me.
You know what? That's another decent challenge. I mean, are you boys ready to go full throttle for House Celtigar?
Oh, you bet your ass.
Right.
Where is Franco and Big Varro?
Last we saw him was the box,
No. This is the box.
Or excuse me, no, not Iron. Yeah, Ironvale.
No,
Ironvale.
this is Ironvale. You're talking about the
Colville.
Yeah,
they went to Colville. That's right. They were moving that thing down there. Yeah, they're crazy. We should not go. We should not take the boat that way. There's sea monsters that way. That's a bad idea.
I got eaten by one.
All right. Well, I'll try and get in touch with them.
We'll link up with them later. If all of House Celtica comes together at the end, that's what we need most of all. So we should start bringing the house together, right, boys?
You know,
Full Dudley Boys reunion, yes.
we absolutely agree with you. How about Cousin Peppino? What's he up to?
He got he met a pretty grim end. We caught up with Franco and Varro, and Peppino got eaten by a sea monster, for lack of a better term. But I got revenge on that sea monster, and I managed to give him a burial at sea, as well as return all of his stuff to Varro.
Grady stands up out of his chair, and the chair slides back, and they all appear emotionally just devastated by the news of Cousin Peppino. Then Maris of the Celtigars says, Peppino was a bit of an asshole, but he was one of ours. We need to do this in his honor. Sea monsters be damned. We need to reunite the Celtigars.
That's what I'm talking about.
Gator tugs on Bronson's shirt and says, "Bronson, can I? I don't think I met Cousin Peppino. What was the big deal? Was Peppino like a patriarch or something?"
He was one of our little cousins. He was the smallest, and he had a big mouth.
But nobody laughed at my joke.
You made a joke.
Was he a patriarch? Thank you.
No, he was a cucumber.
Oh, okay. I get what you were going for with the wordplay.
I tried.
I got it the first time.
Man.
But yeah, I mean, it looks like, I hate to say it, but we don't know whether or not the Heart Foundation is intact. Whether or not it's the same foundation that it was before it got disassembled. Our sponsorship is now done with the Risky Rabbit. We've still got this whole journey in front of us, and blood is thicker than water, especially with all of the things that have been going on with the family since I've been exiled. It's time. It's time to get this. It was time to make everything right.
So half of what you said was completely over their heads. They are uninformed about the Hearth Foundation and about some of these other items, but
we'll get you up
I
to
just
speed.
stand there mouth breathing for a second. I just go, for Celtica!
for Celtigar, and then
I can promise them. I will promise them. I was like, I guarantee you guys will get to super kick somebody.
that's what we're talking about.
That's their favorite thing to do. They love to super kick people.
So at this point, Grady steps forward and he puts a fist out in the middle of the group of people.
And I slap his fist down, and then we all go for a group hug, and then the camera zooms out.
I let them group hug. I take like 3 steps back. No thanks.
Best friends.
All
Got
right.
to give the people what they want.
All right. Perfect. So now we cut over to the Temple of Colville. And let's do a little music for Rosa.
Now we're in Ironvale.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You got me. The Temple of Ironvale.
Not a single one of us can keep Territory 2 and Territory 7 straight.
We poisoned you. That's why.
Not
I'm
a single one.
Hi guys, I don't wanna. It sounds too confusing.
Yep. Coaldale. Ironville.
That one.
Okay. Inside the temple, is a familiar face. Rosa, you recognize this person as Bannon, the new husband of Alicine. You've seen him once before as he was begging for his life in front of Bronson, telling him the truth of what Alicine's life has been and the fate of Bronson's unborn son. But he appears to be a believer, same as you. So inside the temple, what do you do?
Well, I'll approach where he's at and say, mind if I have a seat next to you?
By all means.
How you doing?
Oh, it's any day on this side of the grass is a good day.
If I may ask, what brings you into the temple today?
Well, I come to the temple often just to give thanks and to pray, to seek guidance. Faith is one of the only things that you have when you're born with so little. I know that sounds ironic coming from a family that has so much, but my leg and my size, my inability to do the things that my family always wanted me to do made things tough, and I've always found solace in the gods.
I, feel the same way about the temple. I'm actually coming here for a little guidance myself.
What troubles you?
This whole journey that I've started on, I thought would be some sort of great grand dream of, heroes, a little bit of glory, things like that. And so far, all I've seen is murder, bloodshed, and now a tough decision in front of me to return to either where I came from or continue the journey that I'm on.
Well, if it were me, I'd look back on what it cost to get where you are now. And is that an investment you're willing to lose in order to obtain stability again? Or do you want to see things through? If it were me, I'd see it through to the end.
I appreciate your advice. I don't want to keep you from your devotions, but I really do appreciate the chat.
He offers you like a handshake with two hands and says something along the lines of, "May the gods favor you," or "Make sure you try my granola," or "Tell Bronson I said hello." It's more implied.
If he doesn't peddle some granola on her, I'm gonna.
He bestows a sense of peace and optimism upon you in that moment.
I'll return some sort of blessing related to Moradin to him, and tell him that I will tell Bronson that he says hi.
Perfect. Okay. Anybody else?
No, we good.
Okay. So we wake up the next day.
It's nighttime, right?
It is nighttime.
There was one more chore I wanted to accomplish in this town.
Okay, and what was that?
In the dead of night, is Gobby Lobby closed for business?
It's closed.
Okay. All right, everybody. I have one last little. Since we lost a sponsor today, we should probably make sure that we keep our other current sponsor happy with what they'd like us to accomplish. So I have a little errand to run here at the witching hour when everybody is most likely to be asleep. And I'll be back soon. And I turn invisible.
Okay, so everybody, poof. There goes Solomon or Cousin Rob.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you need some muscle for this or a lookout or anything like that, I'd go with you. But if you're just like, all right, I got an errand, bye.
I mean,
You want someone sneaky with you?
Yeah, is this a two-man job? I mean, I think we're all
okay.
on board.
So I'm looking to just get inside, get into the office, and get a location on where their main storehouses are or wherever their like corporate headquarters is.
All right, cool. So, Gobby Lobby's within view of Grapplebee's, right?
More or less, yes.
All right, let's go. Zinth, why don't you and I go grab something to eat at Grapplebee's? And
Always
then
open.
we'll just keep an eye on the front door of
Hey, Zinth,
Gobby
you're
Lobby.
fast.
And
You
then,
wanted to see
and
if
then-
anything's happening at the Gnome Market. I'd be able to send you a message.
yeah,
if
so I
something
mean,
goes
what I
wrong.
want to do is I want to be in the area, but not like, posted up as a lookout or anything like that. I just want to make sure that, like, if the shit goes down, I'm within, like, a couple turns of intervening.
Sure.
Wait, do any of you know ASL?
No, but I
Yeah.
know magical message,
Bronson?
and
you
I
know
cast
ASL?
the message cantrip, and
Yeah, nice.
You just hear me whisper in your ear, even though my mouth barely moves. And
There you
like,
go.
this
we
is
get
a magical message. You can reply to it. In fact,
Nice.
Oh, wait, can I? Oh my god, I am.
yeah.
What? Yeah. Awesome.
Cantrips,
So yeah,
baby.
Lamau.
we'll just go post up at Grapplebee's in case we get a a message saying help.
Okay. So
But
upon
I mean, like, Bronson's not going to be able to do anything other than look weird and conspicuous, other than being in the area. So, I mean, I figured kill two birds with one stone and grab something to eat while we get another job done.
Now, while on the way to the Grapplebees, Zinthral and Bronson, Gator and Rosa, are you accompanying them, or are you going to call it a night?
I've called it a night.
Okay.
If we're gonna be on a boat, I need to reconsider my spells. I'm in bed.
Okay, perfect. So, Zinthral and Bronson heading over to Grapplebees, you are intercepted by a familiar face. It's Arvo, former retired boxing champion and current homeless vagabond. And
Arvo.
wide-eyed, he sees you coming a mile away. You've paid him more money than anybody has in quite a long time.
And we learned awesome stuff for it.
And he would like to tag along with you.
All right. Yeah. Actually, no, that's great because now we've got like a cover story. Like we've got an alibi and an accomplice. That was like, oh, I just met up with them and then we had drinks at the Grapplebees.
Perfect.
So that's perfect. Let's go eat and we'll listen to his made up, also half forgotten, also probably half drunk stories.
That's
Well,
right.
I'll be posted up at around Null Foods,
I'll entertain.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. So Solomon, or should I say Rob, the Gobby Lobby is where you're headed, and tell us what your plan is. How does it go?
Well, hopefully I can maintain invisibility the whole time. I'd like to find preferably a back door. I think they have a back door.
There is a back door. Why don't you go ahead and give me a stealth check with advantage?
Yeah. What? Sun's going down, and it's starting to get dark in here. goodness, for advantage. With the stealth is 19.
Okay. So there you are. You're able to navigate through the streets, dodge any passerbys, and creep up right behind the Gobby Lobby, right about there, near the back door. And it is as you would have expected. There's some rubbish behind the building. There is one locked door, and there is a staircase behind you, which is elevated, which kind of looks down upon that area.
Where does that staircase lead?
It leads to a catwalk that has the town guard posted up on top of it.
Right. And there's like a dude overlooking the back door right now?
No, they are mostly looking towards Tiger's palace. They are primarily there to protect him.
Cool. Then, well, since I'm being quiet and I only break invisibility if I cast a spell or make an attack roll, I will try to pick the lock with my new magic thieves tools.
Yep, go ahead. Let's roll. What is it? Sleight of hand? Plus.
No, not quite, because I have expertise in sleight of hand, but I have proficiency plus dexterity plus 1, right? They're plus 1 tools, or are they
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
Plus 2. Here. That's plus 7 total. And I rolled a 2.
So
I
that's
got a 9.
a 9 total. Okay, well, at least it wasn't a 1.
It was not a 1.
You are unable to pick the lock at first try. You can overhear there's commotion coming from the grapple bees. You could swear that you recognize that laugh. Bronson, you want to tell us what's going on over there?
Oh, we got apps and a couple of beers going on.
Unlimited
Yeah,
appetizers.
Like, yeah, this dude has not eaten this well in years. I mean, he's had a solid like 3 or 4 days of a full tummy and like actually getting some beers in him and stuff like that. I'm his new best friend apparently.
Oh yeah. So Solomon, you decide you're going to take another shot at this lock with your magic lock pick. Go ahead and roll again.
That is a 17.
Okay. So with a satisfying click, the door does release and the lock does turn. And the door does open. Would you like to step in? Okay.
Yes, very much.
So you slide in, you close the door tightly behind you without leaving it open for very long. And that puts you in the back room of the Gobby Lobby. It's a small storeroom with some shelves, including there are some barrels on the floor, and there are just a few things on the shelves. Not a whole lot in stock, but as you know from what you were told earlier by the owners, that they're more of a resale shop that brings in items and will redistribute them on demand.
Yeah. So I'm looking for like an office.
Okay, there is an office to your left. It is a small office, just big enough for one desk. There are papers kind of stacked up It's not a clean office. There are binders that are overstuffed on the shelves. And it's just a typical office.
Yeah, I will just kind of sift through paperwork, look at the mail, looking for return addresses. I want to know where their supplies are primarily held, where their primary headquarters might be, if those two places might be the same place.
Okay, sure. There's give me an investigation roll.
Natural 20 for
Okay.
23.
So you do find a Gobby Lobby ledger, which has a list of transactions as well as information about the sourcing of certain items. There's quite a bit of information here. It'll take
I will borrow a couple of blank pieces of paper that they have and make myself a copy of any pertinent information.
Okay, you don't want to just take the ledger?
No, I want it to look like no one was ever here.
Oh, okay. Very well. Okay, so how many pages are you going to copy?
I guess more. I'll take notes while I go through it. Of it, like, so okay, so this is here, this is here, this is pertinent information, this moves here.
Okay.
It's kind of a shorthanded, quick note of what I learned, so I can refer to it later.
Okay, so later on, I'll give you a breakdown of what you've discovered because I haven't made it up yet.
Exactly.
You can go ahead and say that you've got at least a couple pages worth of notes taken from the ledger, and then you put it back in the position where you found it. And what do you do next?
That's enough for me. I'd like to retrace my steps back out the door, and I'll make sure to lock it behind me.
Okay. So it is locked, and there you are. You're still invisible. There's still you can still hear the laughter coming from the grapple bees. At this point, Arvo's telling a story about how he got in a fist fight with a kangaroo and a donkey on the same night, and he is. I mean, you're pretty sure
my mom and my grandma.
most of what he's telling you has to be a lie, but it's still entertaining. So who cares?
But one too.
I will shoot a message at Zinthral, who's standing by near the market, and just say, mission accomplished, rendezvous at Grapplebee's. Sounds like they're having a good time.
Yeah, so Zinthral, the Knoll Foods is pretty much shut down. The markets are all closed up for the evening. You're able to conceal yourself. There's no traffic through the area there. You receive the message from Solomon.
Gotcha.
And then the three of you can rendezvous at the Grapplebees.
Oh.
Well, my ride's here. See ya. No, just-
I hope Zinthral rendezvous at Grapplebee's, but
Oh, okay.
Solomon actually just goes back to wherever hack their stuff. He doesn't feel like a good time.
Okay, so back to the Risky Rabbit. And back at the Grapplebees, Zinthral, Bronson, and Arvo are there. How does the evening end for the three of you?
So I would say that we'd probably celebrate, or just kind of enjoy ourselves until we realize, hey, I mean, Solomon's still not here. Let's go check it out. At least
Probably
go back to the inn, or the room to see what's going on.
Okay.
I got all our supplies sorted, and I got a new backpack for just Snuggle Cup things. He needs more toys.
All right, so back at the Risky Rabbit, You call it a night. Everybody sleeps in room number 10 for one.
Oh, I make sure that and sort of make a big show of it when I get to the front desk. I pay for our room, here you go. Paying customers.
Okay.
Got it.
Go ahead.
Message received.
How much are you going to pay them?
I don't know, whatever the going rate is for our room.
Well,
Nothing.
You haven't discussed prices with them.
Yeah, I mean, just
you want
coin purse.
You want to ask them, like, hey,
yeah, sure. I mean, how much do we owe you for the room?
All right, deduct 10 gold.
All right, cool.
Okay. Fair enough. So, to the airship pad, right? So,
this is going to reflect
I
poorly in my yield.
So, if we're seeing Miss Rosa off, I actually don't know if I have the heart to take it. I don't know if I can face her. I think maybe you guys should go see Miss Rosa off, and I'll just stay here in my shame.
Nah, man. We all go as a group. If she's not, she's gonna say her goodbyes, then we're all gonna be there. Plus, someone's gonna hold on to Snuggle Cup. Yeah, he listens to you the best.
Come on, Snug.
So as you're leaving the Risky Rabbit, you can see Ambrose standing in the doorway. And he has the same sad look on his face to see your group go. You head towards the airship pad, and Rosa, you're leading the group here. They are following you. Is probably a better way to describe it. The airship pad is a stone pad that is in an open area. The airship is already waiting there. You recognize it as a dwarven-built airship, one that you've ridden an airship before, so you're comfortable with the design. It's one of the economy type models of transportation, although it is still somewhat expensive, right?
So like real flying.
Yes. Mistress Wolf is there. Some things are being loaded onto the airship. Some of the fighters that were in the badge contest are also getting onto the airship, headed towards Lucha Town to seek their next badge. And
go ahead.
Mistress Wolf makes eye contact with Rosa, and she says something to one of her helpers to go ahead and continue doing what they're doing, and then she approaches you, and she says, "Good morning. So, what have we decided?"
So I look at her. I look at the group. I still have work to do, Mistress Wolf. There's been so many changes that have happened with this group, and even though, yes, they definitely did a very, very not nice thing to Ambrose, and that makes me very, very sad that happened. I can't look past some of the achievements that we've made. I don't know if you heard back in Colville about the well purification. The very man that sent Ambrose on his little walk, him and the loudmouth over there, Gator, they both helped. They both helped purify the well. I'm sure the ladies of the Risky Rabbit can tell you about that. Not to mention that we've been trying to dismantle the hard way.
Some of us more than others.
But with all that said, I can't go back yet. I still have more to learn and more to do. But there is one thing I wanted you to take back for me, and I pull out the pouch of gold that she had given to me when we first started, which apparently was from Harmon, according to my notes. I'm giving that back to her, and I say, please give this to Kira. And I will find you again when I return to Lucha Lucha Town.
Roll persuasion for me.
All right. What? 14.
Okay. So she seems a bit confused and a little surprised, but at the same time, you can see the wheels are turning and she's processing. Of course, Rosa would want to continue. Mistress Wolf wouldn't have made that choice. She'd be headed back to Lucha Lucha Town, but she gets it, right? There's a reason that she's in the line of work she is, and you're in the line of work that you are. So she says, okay, I will respect your wishes. I'll make sure that Kira gets this. And do me a favor. Come see me again after the next badge. What do you say?
Oh, sounds like a date. Thank you, Mistress Wolf, for the opportunity to see a different worldview than the one that I'm used to, and an opportunity to learn the lessons that I am on the King's Road. But our paths will cross again after these two gentlemen here win their next badge.
The pleasure's been all mine. You have a rare gift. Share it with the world.
I will. Thank you.
So she looks over your shoulder at the rest of the group and kind of gives you a slight head nod, to which may indicate approval or just acknowledgement in some way, but not aggressive, right?
Right.
Not disrespectful. So she finds one of her helpers.
We're all in a situation where, like, there's no way out of the decisions that were made, but she's true about not holding any grudges.
Correct.
Nice.
Correct. And that is the reputation that she has had. That's what you've heard about her, is that she's straightforward. She does not have poor relationships with people. Right. Everybody has said that they worked with her in one way or another. So she boards the airship, and her helpers continue to load the airship as other passengers board the airship as well.
Well, I'm already packed. Where are we going?
Funny you should mention that. We might actually need a sailor. So.
I mean, don't you have one over there?
I'm glad you're here.
The laptop is also
good thing we have a lot of Celtic guys with us as well.
Yep. We've got a way to get to the next badge.
Between Rosa and the Celtic guys, we'll handle the seas like experts.
Yeah, real sailors.
Okay, so
Gator, you coming?
Huh?
He's like undoing a knot on a sail.
No, I've tried to tie my shoe, but I've tied my fingers into the shoelace.
Yeah. All right, Gator. While we're on the boat, try not to touch the boat, okay?
While on boat, don't touch boat. Got it. And I hobble forward with my fingers stuck in my shoe and 1 foot off the ground.
He's gonna touch the boat.
Yep.
He touched the boat.
But
I'm
hopefully,
like Ringo in Yellow Submarine.
because I told him not to touch the boat at all, he'll think that he's getting away with something by just standing on it.
No, you're gonna have to give me a bucket of sand to hold, like Dale Gribble. Hank, the bucket is slipping. Hank.
Again, they're so obscure.
It was when they were the pit crew for Boomhauer because Dale was causing problems, so Hank made him hold a bucket of sand.
I haven't watched that episode yet.
Yeah, it came out
Spoilers.
25 years ago, son.
Yeah, I know. It's really hard to discover all those old artifacts, all right?
It's an antique. It's also
I don't
coming
know.
back.
Anyway,
okay, so the SS Celtigar, shall we?
Yep.
Okay, so pictured here are the young Celts and Grady. That's the random third arm behind one of the Celtigars.
It's even limp like his.
So
It's like no bones in it.
So this is going to be a bit of a montage here. We're going to fast forward. They tell you that in order to make the long journey, quite a few supplies are going to be needed. It's going to take weeks to make this trip, to go all the way around the continent and get to the city of, what did I call it? Timberclash? I think it's called
I don't think we
Timberclash.
named it.
Timbuktu.
Timberclash is the name of the city, but it's more widely known as the home of Grapplemania, which is an organized pro wrestling show that is world renowned for being a source of entertainment and income and a spawning ground of Iron Master champions. So,
Nice.
in order to stock up for the ship, they are going to ask the party for donations for supplies. Anything you can contribute will be appreciated.
What's
The
it
more-
gonna take?
Whatever you can come up with will make the voyage more comfortable. So,
Boys, what's it gonna take?
well, they actually would prefer if you buy your own supplies and just bring them on the ship rather than them taking your money.
No, I am funding the Celta guys on the King's Road here, boys. What's it gonna take?
Let's say 200 gold pieces.
I throw down 300 gold pieces.
There you go. It'd be a very comfortable trip for everybody.
Wow, thank you, Mr. Scrooge. The morning after.
So is that out of our, like, do you have the 3,500 gold worth of currency and jewels recorded from our last?
3,500
Yeah.
worth of currency.
Yeah, that's what I have in our
No,
loot.
I don't.
So,
That's
yeah.
just from my money.
Gotcha. Okay, so we, I'm gonna mark you down. Go ahead and add 3,500 gold, worth to
Okay.
your pocket since you're still our quartermaster.
I'm the accountant.
Yep. And then let's see what. Let me account for any other
That's a
stuff.
lot.
Gator's got some gems, magicite, and money, even though we don't know about that. And then I'm gonna give one. I'm gonna give Grady a pair of sunglasses.
Great. He's
Don't want
already
his eyes
got
to be
his.
dull.
He has his own
Oh, yeah, no, he's got
sunglasses,
two
but
pairs.
he'll take more for sure.
pairs.
How many men work on your ship?
Well, it's the three of them, and they can hire some others to make the trip as well.
Or
But
would that be necessary if we have all of us?
Yep, because of we need seaworthy people to continue manning the ship while we have to fight whatever god-awful monster comes out of the ocean this time.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Absolutely. What's that gonna take?
If you want to hire some henchmen, let's say 50 gold per additional hand.
And how many would be a good number?
We're trying to fully staff this boat.
Well,
Yeah.
how much work do you want to do on the boat, or do you want to have them do it for you?
I'd like to
Gator
do
wants
less
to do
work.
0.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not built for work.
Okay, so let's say maybe a crew of 6 would be very well staffed for
Are
a
you sure?
voyage
Because
service.
I would pay 10.
If you want 10, pay 10.
Is that too many? How big is your ship? Like, 6 would be a really good crew.
Six is sufficient.
All right, we'll call that. I'll throw down another 300 gold, and we'll call it 360. And each one of those guys gets a 10 gold bonus.
Hey,
Or we could use it to find the 10 or the 6 best guys. You know?
Yeah, or find the 6 best guys.
is there anybody in town in particular that you want to recruit?
No,
Not Arvo?
not anybody that we specifically know. Everybody
Okay.
I have met in this town can stay here.
Okay, so these are 6 randos in red shirts. I got you.
Who are used to the sea.
Of course,
and-
of course. So they say, hey, we know a couple guys that we've used. They're very discreet. They are available, and
and are prepared for where we're going.
That's right. So it'll take a few days to get affairs in order. So we're going to play a little montage here of, the boats being loaded, and it's you're spending time like scraping barnacles off the side of it and making it like the perfect boat. You can rename it if you like, but it'll take a little bit of time to put that together. And then
I'm sorry, Zinthral, but I'm kind of riding the branding for House Celtigar here, because given their kind of collective resources and how they're all a little bit scattered, and they all seem pretty affable to just jump on board with so much as a suggestion. We're kind of riding that train right now, and I'm sorry if you feel like put down. This is the SS Celtigar.
Wait a minute, hold on. Why are you apologizing to me?
Because you're not the golden boy,
If you're
kid.
feeling overshadowed,
Oh no, I've been carrying this whole thing, with the gym challengers. I feel fine.
you absolutely. You were my number 1 pick from day 1. Don't tell Bronson I said that.
Oh, listen. You know what? Never mind. I'm keeping it to myself. Anyway, let's go on.
Okay,
I look
so
Zinth right in the eye and I say, get in the rowboat, Shinji.
What?
Nothing?
Another. We got to get a Gator count going on for jokes that just fall like a
I'll respond to the backhand.
airplane. There you go.
I respond with a firebolt.
I'll respond with a backhand.
And we've got PvP.
So as we disembark from the port,
Thunderwave. Sorry.
so now the boat is on fire and blown up,
Situation normal for us.
and
And backhand to the wizard.
surprisingly, Gobby Lobby is still in great shape. So now we disembark from the port of Ironvale. It's like the scene in Titanic where you're just waving to people who you don't know. They have no clue who you are. They all think you're assholes.
I'm just casting
They're
message at strangers, being like, "Why are you even here today? Well, who are you? Why are you waving at these strangers?"
It's a commodity.
Your boat hands are waving to their family. They assuredly will never return. This is definitely a death mission. It's a long voyage to go down the western coast of the continent that you're on. Last time you were met with sea monsters and hurricanes. And we're going to roll here to see how the trip is this time. So I'd like to get a roll from two of you as we travel. So on a
Just a regular- just a
D20. A D20.
Who's feeling hot?
Somebody with actual dice do it. I don't trust DiceBot.
I'll do it.
All right, I guess I'll do the other one. Oh,
I got a
Bronson's
16.
got it.
A 16?
I
16.
got half of 16.
An 8.
I got an 8.
Okay, so your your crew, they do a fine job of manning the ship. They are kind and hardworking, and they do a great job. However, days into the voyage, maybe a week into the voyage, one of them comes down with a strange illness.
Rosa?
Rosa,
Like, that's my territory.
yeah.
Do we not have enough oranges?
No, we have plenty.
These disgusting Iron Veil sailors.
And Rosa, this is, you're able to confirm that this is the mystery illness. Has the same symptoms of what you've heard before. However, using your skills, you attempt to heal this individual as they are very ill and possibly contagious. So, what kind of spells do you have for healing?
One, I'm gonna quarantine that one.
Okay,
Let's
yeah.
Definitely, let's see. Cure wounds probably won't work. Healing word. I've got a prayer of healing.
I've been around the block a lot. Do you have restoration of some kind?
I have a mass healing word. I think, isn't restoration a higher one?
Well, there's a lesser restoration. Does that work on sickness?
Second here. I know I've got. Oh, I have lesser restoration. There it is. It was hiding. Let's see. And either one disease or one condition afflicting it. And of course, it says the condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. So, but either one disease or one condition. So I do have that.
You solved his scurvy. He has still got the plague.
So,
But now his scars aren't opening up anymore, which is super.
Is anybody helping you? Do you have an? If you're the doctor, who's the nurse? That's the
I'm
question.
I have medicine for an actual skill. I could probably help.
Okay.
I have +5. How much? How about you?
Well, I think if we're just offering assistance, it's just advantage given to the person rolling.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay, so the restoration spell, it heals a common disease. Is that?
let's see. One action touch. It's instantaneous. You touch one creature and can end either one disease or one condition afflicting it.
Okay.
So I can end one disease.
Okay, so you use this spell to heal the disease. However, it does not appear to work, which leads you to believe that this may not be a medical disease. It may be something that's more magical. And let's give me a medicine check with advantage since you have a helper.
Okay. 17.
Okay. So you are able to isolate this individual and prevent the illness from spreading. But you've determined that this person has some type of magical affliction. And you share this knowledge with Gator. So between the two of you, is there anything else you would like to try?
I mean, I've got Dispel Magic as well. Just depends on the spell. Go ahead.
Only kind of healing I can offer is like the kind that brings you to like negative hit points. That's all I can do.
I've got healing hands.
Let's see.
Can you remove diseases with that yet?
Plus,
Or,
Wait a
magical
minute.
effect?
Wait.
oh wait, you're asking him. Okay.
No, he's not a paladin.
Yeah, but
Hold on.
monks get something like that too, if I recall
Hold on.
correctly.
When you use a
I
hand.
think they can only do that to themselves.
Nope.
Like from the other side of the quarantine
I
walls.
can end one disease with the following conditions: blind, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned.
Oh.
Gotcha. So he's basically got access to lesser restoration too,
Okay.
Which one's that?
just for future reference.
And
I
what
would
does
like to consult with our magic users.
and
They
what
might
does
know more than I do.
dispel? What does dispel do?
Dispel magic. Let's see.
Any effect of 3rd level or lower is automatically dispelled. 4th level or higher, it gets a contested spell check or something.
Yeah, DC equals 10 plus spells level. Oh, wait, no, that's after 4th level. So any 3rd level or lower spell on the target ends. If it's 4th level or higher, then I have to make an ability check, which is 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an ability check.
Okay. You talking about spellcasting ability check?
That's right.
Okay, sorry. Just want to make sure I got it right. Check one thing here. Yeah. Canvas and okay, so that's +1 there. 20 overall.
That'll do it. So, using a combination of your lesser restoration and the healing hands and the dispel magic, you're able to finally rid this crew member of this affliction. And what you've learned is, like, wow, this is a really serious and tough affliction to remove. Although it is possible to heal people, not everybody's going to be able to do what you've just done.
Yeah, that's a huge expanse of resources to save one person
Exactly.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good because it was the first person, but just telling
At
every cleric
best,
out there, you know,
2 people can heal 3 people a day.
yeah,
Like,
And
So,
it's contagious.
right.
so the 2 of you did that. Let's have Gator and Zinthral and Bronson roll a history check.
Finally, I can roll.
I'm actually good at this.
12.
What is my bonus here? Yeah, I got a 10.
I got my clipboard, which gives me advantage,
Yeah.
I think. What is it? Is it advantage or a plus? It's
advantage.
Advantage. Pretty cool. Okay, so D20 plus 3. I already rolled as high as I possibly can and got a 23, so I'm not gonna bother doing the advantage roll.
Okay, so as they tell you, we've healed them, but it was almost an impossible task. Like, immediately the thought comes to mind, did you try the moonshine?
Uh-oh.
Oh. I forgot about that. Yeah, that has some abilities. Doesn't Zinth have that?
Maybe.
yeah, I think so.
Does-
Yeah,
does
let me, you know,
Prismatic moonshine.
yeah, let me just give him a shot of this. I know he's fine already, but yeah, might as well see what it does.
Okay. So, yeah, he is healed already, but you give him a shot of moonshine anyway. And, of course, you some of you remember drinking the moonshine, just how smooth it was. This guy also likes it. And then you don't notice any official change, but then he burps and a puff of fire shoots out of his mouth.
Ooh.
And he says, "Oh, pardon me."
Yeah, indeed, pardon you.
So you need to be above deck right now and not be near any ropes, rigging, or sails.
You heard the man.
More.
Not that part though. You need some rest. Shut up, Gator.
Okay, get some rest and then back to work. Listen, I'm his superior. I've been on the sea a lot longer than him.
And yet,
And
say no.
remember, you've never had medical benefits like this in the past, have you? It's a good gig. Remember that.
So the rest of the voyage goes relatively without incident. The crew is extremely appreciative of all that you've done for them. The ship is so well stocked and so well manned that it's a much more comfortable ride than on the stolen Hardway ship. You continue along the wooded coast of Territory 4. Off to your right, you see the capital in the distance. The high walls over the cliffs. The Colosseum in the distance, and the modern-looking, very expensive homes of the capital. But you continue sailing, nonetheless, all the way around the Cape and towards the gym town known as Timberclash. And on the horizon, as you go into the bay of Timberclash, you see the town. And it is everything it was sold to be. There are brawls in the street before you've even gotten to town.
Cool, Detroit.
Good thing we got backup.
All right, everybody be on your absolute highest guard here. People shivvy in the streets for fun. If you thought Iron Veil was bad, I'm very sorry, Miss Rosa. If any undue bloodshed occurs in this town, it's because we have to defend ourselves. This is the worst of the worst.
So I'm going to encourage everyone to be actually in like a battle formation when we come off the ship.
Absolutely.
Like Zinth is in the front, or I'm in the front, and then we got all the squishies, and then one of us martial characters is in the back. And I would definitely put Snuggle Cup on full display, and we're going to be flanked by the Bucks. Or the Celts.
Yeah. I say we got all the Celtic guys coming. I think Bronson out front. Zinthral, if possible, I want you up high. I want you up on the rooftops, jumping from place to place. We need to keep vantage points. We need eyes. And I'm going to trail 10 feet behind the party. I'm invisible.
I'm gonna walk. I'll walk Snuggle Cup then. So it'll be a big old half orc walking a lion.
With a cowardly wizard right behind him.
As we head into, where are we headed? Before we get off the boat, like where do we need to go? Is this a one and done? Do we want to sleep on the boat? I mean, if we've got
This is not going to be a one and done. We want to sleep on the boat,
Okay.
which means we need to make sure that the crew has a guard posted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's make sure we got all that going on.
Let's talk about Timberclash. Nestled amidst the towering pines and rhythmic hum of sawmills, Timberclash stands as a testament to the raw, unrefined spirit of Territory 4. It's known for its wide, booming lumber industry, as well as for Grapple Mania, the spectacle of all of Kings Road, the famous wrestling show. This town is rugged and untamed, but it's not just the relentless work of lumberjacks and sawmills that define this place. It thrives on violence and physical dominance. Disputes are settled with fists and fury, and your badge is awaiting you at Grapplemania itself. As you've docked off the shores of Timberclash, you can take a boat to the docks so that you can keep everything at a safe distance. Assuming the entire party wants to go together towards the docks.
Yeah,
As
that's a really good idea.
as you step off the boat onto the dock, which appears to be the safest place in town, you notice not only the brawl in the streets, the drunken interactions between people, people getting thrown out of buildings. On the ground is a newspaper page, and it catches your eye. And let me see if I can do this. Come on.
Tricky Dicky found murdered.
Oh. I meant to shoot.
A sign that said,
Sorry.
"Don't mess with the blunderbuss gang," right?
There we go. So you were meant to see this beautiful graphic for a while. Apologies for that. I thought you could see
The
that.
guy got two hams for hands.
Yeah, there's all types of grotesque people here, including people in hard-way jackets.
Oh yeah.
So one of the things that Solomon left out was that this is the hometown of the Hardway, a place where their home base can be found, the Hardway Clubhouse. So they certainly have a presence here. However, your presence doesn't seem to draw their attention.
I assumed as much. I didn't know for sure. But let's make sure we tread carefully, and if they step to us, we end them as quickly as possible. Agreed?
Yup.
You mean N?
And do.
And here is our newspaper. And this is where we're going to leave it for this evening.
Slamdemic.
Oh no, they're all dead.
So here is the newspaper known as the Dirt Sheets. And you see the major news stories here. News of...
Blunderbuss gang exonerated.
How? I think that's bad for us.
What story is
remember.
that page on?
It's Jay White.
So you see our stories here. The Slamdemic hits the capital city. That's the mysterious illness which your crew member obtained has a name called the Slamdemic.
Slamdemic.
Of course, you see the World Championship is on the line. And we've got a couple pictures here. The first of the Exalted One, Alfarius Cone, and Capital D, Hardway member. And both of these men, having originated from Territory 4, will give you an idea of just how tough this town is.
Nice.
And of course, the Blunderbuss gang exonerated for the crime which the Young Lions also didn't commit. So,
I'd like to find page 4.
page 4 is missing.
Yeah, I'd like to find it.
Yeah. So that's going to call it for tonight. And let's see if I can... Well, we'll just leave it here.
That's a good spot. Just slowly zooming in on Jay White's face down in the corner.
Right?
Slowly zooming in. Slowly zooming in.
So for the rest of the Young Lions, I've been your DM tonight. I've been Saucey. Thanks for coming around. Thanks for watching Kings Road Young Lions. And say goodbye, Young Lions.
Goodbye, Young Lions.
Goodbye, Young Lions.
Goodbye, Young Lions.
Hey, congratulations. If you're still listening, that means you made it to the end of the episode. Thanks for coming by and listening to this edition of Kings Road Young Lions. If you like what you've heard, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment down below of what you'd like to see on the next episode. For more great content from This Is Awesome Promotions, check out the YouTube channel, check out the Twitch channel, check us out on Twitter at TIA Promotions. Thanks again for coming around, and we'll see you next time down on the King's Road.